Well, good morning, everybody. Hey, Dennis, good morning. How are you? I gotta turn my volume down. Here we go. It's too loud. There we go. Can you hear me okay, Dennis? Test, test, test. Here we go, right there. How are you, Dennis? Loud and clear. Okay, good. Thank you. Happy Thursday. How you been? How you feeling, buddy? Oh, good morning, Shelley. Nice to see you on. Thank you for coming on. How have you been? Everything's good here. I know that. So, yeah, Dennis, you been feeling okay? I know you get all kinds of challenges. Geo, my friend, good morning. Yeah, mom's still sleeping. Mom's a late owl. She goes to bed late and she goes to bed late, gets up late. I'm the other way. I go to bed early and I get up early. Dennis says I'm feeling fine, just not running marathons. Well, no, those days are long gone. It's funny that you mentioned marathons. Oh, let me tell this story. I used to, when I played soccer in high school, I was really in good shape. I had 3% body fat, and we used to practice with the cross country running team. And my coach, their coach, always joked with us and our coach, soccer coach, because we always finished all of us in the top five were soccer players. And now their coach wanted to recruit us all from soccer to go run their cross country meets. And my coach says, no, 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 no. They're just here to get in shape. But yeah, that was back in the day. I think I was 6 foot, 173 pounds at that point. Now I'm 6 foot, 218 pounds. That's what age does to you. Shelley says, I've been good. I have our president on TV and you on my phone. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I saw that he was doing a big not press conference, but speech to the American people, and I was almost gonna cancel this live stream because I kind of want to watch it, but I said no, I'm not going to leave my people high and dry. So if anything earth shattering happens, I'm hoping they're getting close to resolving that conflict out in Iran. I think they're getting close. I'm seeing signs that Iran's ready to do whatever they have to do to get things to stop, which in turn will change everything. It'll change the Middle East. Your gas prices will cut in half. So let's hope that's what it's all about. But thanks for letting me know, Shell. And thanks for having me on. I mean, that's awesome. Really appreciate your dedication. Geo says, listen, American people, uh, pack your bags and come on over and enjoy your life. No pressure, fresh veggie. Yeah, no, it's true. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. You're starting to lead me up to my subject of the fear of leaving America. And everything here is just, it's so much easier, it's stress free. Um, my blood pressure cut almost in half uh, when I moved here. Now, I did have that one instance, and we're not sure why that happened, but it's been running normal or below. Actually, sometimes been too low. And when it has, I've skipped my medication for that day. But yeah, it's stress free over here, guys. It's very important uh, to relax in life when you get up to my age. And so the best thing I ever did was move here. And Geo, you're exactly right. Sean, good morning. Thank you for coming on, my friend. You've been putting out some good videos lately. Guys, if you're not following Sean, please do. He's doing a nice job with his channel. He's settling in really well over here. It's good to see. I mentioned it in my last video about Sean being a good example of how to come over here and how to adjust to life in the Philippines. It's not as hard as you think. As long as you don't come over here and think you're in America, it's a whole different ballgame. Everything over here is completely laid back. And I've always been a laid back person, but I can get, if I've got to be let's just say it, a prick, I can be. You know, I'm not going to back down either, but I have a lot of tolerance. That comes from managing 120 people when I was a store manager. You have to have patience. You're dealing with different personalities, and sometimes it's difficult. But when you come here, people are very shy. They're not going to confront you with anything. They just won't say anything. I mean, that's the biggest adjustment I've seen. In America, somebody confronts you, it ends up being going back and forth. But over here, no, they're too shy. They won't confront you. Most of the times, if they even disagree with you, they'll say yes, sir, or yes, ma'am. They will not confront you. I've never seen it. And it's a whole different mindset. Every day they wake up, they're just happy, just get through that day. And it's all about survival. It's all about living life. It's all about being happy. That's pretty much it in a nutshell in the Philippines. And it took me a good 6 months to get used to that because, I was always high strung, running around like a maniac, always had something going, 12-hour days, never any time to relax. And over here, it's completely different. My wife is actually worried about me and my patience. She says, I don't know, because she knows I can get impatient. I used to be very impatient. I like results and I like things done in a timely manner, and she was worried about that. And actually, it's funny because I have more patience now than she does here. I don't do the driving, she does, but she's not very patient behind the wheel. And so it's kind of the other way around. I don't let things get to me. The only thing I've been impatient here about is my truck, getting my truck back. I'm still waiting. It's been 2 months now, and I'm still waiting. That's got me, I'm getting close to the point where I'm going to go down there and find out what's going on. She's been communicating with them. I guess the parts are all installed and everything, and right now they're just reprogramming the truck. And that was 2 days ago, and we still don't have it. So they've got till Friday. They got till tomorrow. If it's not, I don't have it tomorrow. I'm going to make a trip down and get to the bottom of it because it's more. 2 months is kind of ridiculous. But that's been about the only thing I've been impatient about. Geo says they have vegetables here to eat to low. Yeah, no, you're right. But if you got low blood pressure, don't eat it. Right? No. Well, right now I just took it before I came on, and it was 122 over 78. I take it 3 times a day. I monitor my blood pressure daily. Um, I get the machine, I write it down, and then when I go to my doctor, I bring it into him, and he's happy with that. So yeah, it's just about monitoring it. And yeah, you're right. It's all in what you eat. And I was so happy yesterday, guys. Now you're probably gonna laugh, but this was like Christmas for me yesterday. We went down and we bought a stove top for the kitchen, and I'll update you on the kitchen here, the remodel. It's coming. We get everything set. But we went down and bought a new cooktop, gas cooktop, and we were going to buy one. It was an insert one. It was really expensive. It was like 16,000 peso. And then my wife was looking around. She found a really good looking tabletop one, uh, 3 burner. And she says, Hon, why don't we do this? I said, what? And she says, why don't we buy this? And then you get your air fryer. Because I've been wanting an air fryer since I got here. Guys, I don't know if you have an air fryer, but I'm telling you right now, it is the best thing to cook with. So that didn't take no convincing of me. I said, okay, you pick out what you want for that. I'm going to go find an air fryer. And I did. I found an air fryer. Um, we bought them, purchased them both. And last night I cooked. I was so happy. I felt like Chef Joe in the kitchen. I was motivated to cook. I haven't really been, but man, I'll eat out of that air fryer all the time. It cooks things perfectly. It doesn't dry things out, and it doesn't take that long. So that was my day yesterday. I know it's kind of, you probably don't care, but it was cool. It's little things like that that make me happy over here. I'm not a guy that's got to spend money, big money all the time to stay happy. But and then again, if I want something, I can't, I'll just go do it. That's the way I am. When I make a decision, um, it's done. That's always been the way I am. But yeah, that's my little air fryer story from yesterday. Gio says the biggest thing here is they don't like to be embarrassed, and yes, that's exactly right, Gio. Um, they don't want to be embarrassed, and a lot of times they'll just smile at you. They don't want to be confronted. That's why that knucklehead pro-life traveler, he's he embarrassed everybody, but they wouldn't say anything. With all the videos he did with the young ladies and things. So that's a good example of what you're talking about, Gio. Don't be like that. Just I've got one of my nephews actually. He's working with me right now, trying to teach me Bisaya, and I'm starting to learn some stuff. And let me tell you right now, when you start speaking their um, language, uh, they light right up. They do. When you speak a little bit of Bisaya to them, their eyes light up and they smile and then they laugh because it's like, wow, he's learning our language. I'm telling you, that goes a long ways. So I'm working with him right now to try to get my vocabulary expanded in Bisaya. Shelly says, I can't wait to see your kitchen. No, yeah, well, I'm going to be doing a video on it, Shelly. I'm going to video the whole thing, I'm starting maybe even today, because we get all of our everything we need. We purchased the granite yesterday. We purchased a new sink. Um, the cabinet doors are all done. We bought everything we need to redo the other cabinets that we're not replacing. So we're going to be busy. But I'm telling you, I'm excited about it. And it's just one of the things on my list to do here before I sell the house. I had to redo the kitchen because those cabinets were all, because of termites, they were all junk. And so I think you're going to like it. Um, it's already looking like it's shaping up to look good. I got one guy coming Saturday. He's going to strip the old countertop. And then Monday and Tuesday, we got two guys coming. We hired two guys for 3 days. They said it'd take about 3 days. They came up and looked it over, and it was crazy. So that was all part of the price. And I'm going to break down the whole cost for you guys so you know exactly what it cost me to do that kitchen. And when you see what it cost me, you're going to shake your head in disbelief. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow. It'd be three, maybe four times more to do what I'm going to do in America than it is here. So yeah, get ready. I'm going to probably even start a video today on it, and I think you're going to like it. I think you're going to enjoy it. Geo says, I love my air. Yeah, the air fryer is awesome. You're right, it is healthy too. It drains all the grease and the fat, and it takes so much less time. Hi, Larry. How you doing, buddy? Yes, it does. Tater tots are perfect. You put them in there, they come out crisp. I love cooking French fries in that thing. That's what we do. We I lived in the air fryer in America pretty much. It didn't matter. The steak I cooked in there, it was so good. So I'm so excited about a stupid air fryer. I know, but yeah, little things. There's my buddy. How you doing? Between stars and sand, sun. Please, guys, go watch his videos and subscribe to him. He's the reason I did my video yesterday. He's in the process of making a big move over here, and that's kind of why I wanted to do this live stream, kind of talking about it. Don't be afraid. Um, Fear will paralyze you. It always has. And it's easy to be fearful of things. I've been that way too. But in my life, as I've encountered situations, I've learned from them. And I learned that fear was all my own doing. 9 times out of 10, when you fear something, it doesn't happen. But you lose sleep over it, and it's not worth the stress. So tackle your fears head on. I want to talk a little bit about when I first came over here. I mentioned it in my video yesterday that I didn't tell a lot of people about my trip. Like I said yesterday, it was only three because I didn't want to hear, all their, well, you got to be careful. Yeah, I didn't want to hear it all. I just didn't. None of that advice and all of those thoughts from others about me coming here and making it, I heard about, well, what if that you get attacked over there? Is it safe in the field? I knew that's all that stuff was going to come up. I have friends in America now married to Filipinos, and they won't come over here. They made one trip to meet their wife, and then they got married and came back. And one guy in particular, he's almost 70 now, and he will not retire over here. And he's got money behind him. I don't know. He's afraid of the Philippines. I'm not sure. I told him, I said, because he messages me, how's it going over there? He's always pessimistic about something's going to happen. And I told him, I says, Dave, it's so much safer and better here than you could ever imagine in America. I said, you don't know what you're missing. And yeah, but that's the kind of thing I get. I have a lot of friends over there that are petrified of airplanes. I mean, so my whole point is fear will paralyze you. And I always tell them, I said, okay, you're afraid of an airplane. I've probably made 30 flights in my at least 30 flights in my age during my years. And I've never had an issue. And guess what? All you hear about is, well, what happens if the plane goes down? Well, guess what, guys? More people die in automobile accidents than even think about in airplanes. When a plane goes down, it's bad. You get multiple casualties, but it doesn't happen very often, okay? So the fear of flying, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, but I'm not going to let it dictate my life. So the fear factor is usually the biggest thing that stops people from making big decisions. Don't be afraid. Just don't be. Your destiny is in your hands. You have to make the path. You have to make the path forward. And it's good to talk about it. If you got fears, it's good to talk about it. Don't bottle it up. You say, I'm fear that my family's not going to support me. Well, that's their problem, and I guarantee you, uh, once you do make the move, I know my mom was really skeptical when I made this move. But then when my wife came back to America to live there and us get married, those two were the closest of anybody. They were always hanging out together. My mom loved the earth that my wife walks on. And she finally admitted it one day. She said, that was the best thing you ever did. You should have done that a lot sooner. And I just started laughing because, that wasn't the reaction I get at first. But that's just an example of a family member that will turn their tune, change their tune. So think about that, if that's your fear about family. Shelly says, we're getting ready to redo the kitchen. When that's done, we will uh, do the flooring on the main level in the house and we'll be done. Nice, very nice. Yeah, well, good luck, Shell. It's exciting when you do remodels like this because you get to see the difference. And make sure you take pictures or video, Shelly. That way, someday you can look back upon it. And that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing video and pictures. So someday, whoever buys this house, I can show them and say, okay, this is what it looked like before. This is what it is now. People like that like to look back upon it too. So it's very important. Plus, you enjoy it more as far as I spend a lot of time in the kitchen anyway. So you want it to be to what you want, if that makes any sense. And this kitchen's needed it. And we've known this for a long time. We just, getting around to doing it now. Gonna have a busy summer, guys. I got a lot of things to do, but it's okay. I got time. So, yeah, he seemed like a creep. He was. As far as I know, he's still being detained. So I don't think he's getting out of the country anytime soon. I think they're really setting him up for some criminal charges. So he might be in jail over here for a long time. Unless anybody else has heard about him being out of the country, I've kind of dug around and I don't see where he's left the country. I know like a week after his whole case went down, everybody was saying, oh, yeah, he's already gone. Well, that's not the case. He's not already gone. So, you do stupid things, that's what happens, consequences. That's why I stress with you that you keep your nose clean. You have to. Otherwise, you could end up like that. I mean, they tolerate a lot over here, but they're not going to tolerate you disrespecting them. Um, Yesterday, my wife and I went to lunch, and we went to a nice place called Kingaroos down here in Bekong. And it's beautiful. You sit on a patio by the ocean, and we're sitting there chit chatting. I met a guy, another expat. He's actually from Indiana, and we had a good conversation. And then all of a sudden, the chief of police from Bekong comes in, and with two or three other officers and a couple of friends. And of course, my wife knows who they are. So he come over to our table and started talking with us, and he was very nice guy. He says, "How you guys doing?" He was just having general conversation, but he was um, up and down grateful that "Oh, it's nice to see you guys here. You do a lot for people around," and he was happy about you know the presence of expats. And this restaurant, particular one, is a lot of expats go there. So if he was uncomfortable with the expat population, he wouldn't go there. But he's a super nice guy. You could just tell it, and how people handling themselves in public makes a big statement about who they are. And I can tell I'm pretty good at reading people, and I could tell right off the bat. I say, yeah, he's a good guy. So, and those are the kind of people that you want to keep yourself surrounded by over here. And there's a lot of them. It's easy to do. Unless you go to the bar scene and all that, stay away from the expat crowd at that particular venue. I see it all the time. We'll take a trip down to Dumaguete, down at the boulevard, and it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I'll see 4 or 5 expats sitting out there at this local sports bar down there, already drinking beer at 10 in the morning. I'm like, oh my God. I probably did. I even when I was young, I didn't do that. I'd have some beers, but it wouldn't be 10 o'clock in the morning. I mean, So, and then nothing good's gonna become of it. Usually, it leads to people having disagreements and things like that. There was another expat, my favorite little sari store down the road here. I go down there and I buy a lot of stuff, my beer, soda, ice, charcoal, whatever I need. I go down there and that's where I buy it. Well, this one particular guy, his name's Dennis, and I was down here the other day uh, to buy a couple of things, and there was three expats sitting there having a beer. So I sat down and I joined them, introduced myself, and I said, "Where's Dennis?" And apparently, he got banned from that sari store. I said, "What?" Because he was the one guy I used to see there all the time. He lived close to me, actually. Well, apparently he got banned. I said, "What the heck happened? What did he do?" I guess he was quite the jerk when he got drinking and got drunk, and then he would start spouting off. And then finally, the owner, Rolly, if Rolly, he's the owner of the place, we kicks you out, it's got to be bad because he's the most easygoing, nice guy you're ever gonna meet. Every time I go in there and I buy something, I leave him a tip. He's a super nice guy. He works hard. So for him to boot him, I said, yeah. I mean, here we go. This is my whole point. It's okay to sit down and have a conversation, a couple of beers, but some guys can't handle it. And apparently, Dennis was one of them. Um, those guys would tell me, "Oh, he's a severe alcoholic. He gets up at like 8, 9 in the morning. He starts drinking right off, and he's not going to be around much longer if he keeps that up." So apparently, he got kicked out of his apartment too, from what they told me. So that's the perfect example of coming over here and doing the wrong thing. Just don't do what he did. You're asking for trouble. Keep your nose clean, and everything will be fine. That's what I worry that I don't want to do something stupid. I'm pretty level headed. I've been around the Philippines for a long time, so I know how things are, and I know the crowd to stay away from. And trust me, the eyes are on you too. People are watching what you do. You may not know it, but they are. And the minute you do something they don't like, you're probably not going to hear about it, but everybody around you is going to hear about it. That's one thing about Filipinos. They're quiet, but they like chica chica. And, and if you don't know what chica chica is, that's gossip. Um, that's what chica chica is over here. And mostly the ladies like it. They like the chica chica a lot. So you've got to be very careful on how you handle yourself because if not, people are going to run their mouths. You're just not going to know about it. So that's pretty much it on that as far as, handling yourself here. Just be careful. That's all. But if for you guys out there or ladies like Shelly, if you ever want to make the trip over here, just go ahead and do it. It was a little different from me. When I first made the trip, I was coming to meet my wife. I wasn't making the big move as far as gonna move over here and live. So that's a whole different ball game when you make the move over here to live. Uh, Depends on your income. Depends on what you have behind you for a security blanket. If you're gonna do that, I recommend 6 months um, of income to get you through. Set your budget, how much you can afford for an apartment or whatever it is you want to rent. You don't need to go crazy. Don't go overboard. Get into something relatively inexpensive and travel around. Look at different areas. Don't just go to one area and settle in. Try to travel around. Do some research. A lot of people come to Dumaguete because it has a large expat population. Um, and that can be good and bad. But don't just come here and say, okay, this is where I'm staying. Get on a ferry, make a trip to Cebu or wherever, and kind of look at what your budget can afford too. The biggest thing is having a budget and setting your price. How much do I want to pay for an apartment or a condo? As a matter of fact, I've been thinking about buying a condo down in Dumaguete. And that way I've got something that if an expat comes over here from another country or, and they need a place to stay, they can rent a condo for a month or whatever it might be. So that's something I've been thinking about, but it's not high on the priority list. I got a lot of other things to do. But that way I could set somebody up. But the biggest thing is just make sure you get your finances in order. And then if you come over here, you don't have a job, try to look for something online. If you can get something online from America, you don't even have to make a ton of money. You could come over here if you were making $20 an hour online. Here in the Philippines, you're going to be set up. Okay, you got that doesn't sound like a lot of money, but it is here. So you could live very nice life over here for $20 an hour. Trust me. Um, that's it's. I mean, you're looking at probably with no money behind you. If you were making $20 an hour, what's that? 16. Yeah, you're over what, 3 grand a month. You're living good. So think about that. It's not even $15 an hour. You could live a good life here. But the thing is finding it. So if you, yeah, come over here, find something online, and then find a relatively inexpensive place. Stay within your budget, save some money, and then I guarantee you within 6 months you're gonna be well off. Okay, things are more expensive here now than they used to be, but it's still over 50% cheaper here than it is in the US, except for gas. Gas is the only thing right now that's really more expensive than America. Um, I'm hoping it starts coming down because a lot of the local people are really having a tough time paying the gas prices that they're paying. It's not so much gas as it is diesel. Everything's pretty much diesel over here. But yeah, so the diesel price right now, yesterday when we went down to Dumaguete, I looked and it was 130 peso per liter. So it's over $8 a gallon if you convert it out to gallons and convert the money. It's like $8.20 a gallon for diesel over here. So that's a lot of money for the local people. It's a lot of money for anybody, not just the local people. Get a kick out of the people in America complaining around, oh, gas just hit $4 a gallon. I'm laughing. I'm like, boy, it's people would love to pay $4 here. It's less than half of what they're paying now because they're not set up. They don't have the infrastructure that the U.S. has. And I think this might wake their government up to get some gas reserve, oil reserve in case something like this happens again. And that way they're going to be set up. That's why in the US they made the gas reserves, oil reserves for this type of situation. And unfortunately, that's not the case here. And as a result, the traffic has been so much lighter. We haven't had traffic issues at all. So if there's a good point to the whole thing, it's the traffic is a lot less. But they're still getting around. I've noticed the jeepneys are busier. Everything's loaded to the max. The buses, they're using the buses a lot. Those seem to be full. The little trikes are all loaded. So they're just consolidating their transportation and they're all using, mass transportation now. There's still a lot of motorbikes, but not as many as there were before. Oh, goes my dog. Somebody must be here. I apologize for him barking. So what else is going on, guys? Anybody got anything to share? How's your week's been? Like I said, my week's been good. We get everything for the kitchen. Um, it came together really good. We got most of our stuff down at this place called Prime Builders, and these people are really good to us. We've been using them. We used them when we built the outdoor kitchen bar setup. We use them, and they give us a big discount. They gave us another discount on the kitchen stuff that we bought. So I use them all the time. And the owner personally dealt with us, and he always makes sure we're taken care of. He says, I'll make sure you get a good deal, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, thank you very much. So it's kind of the opposite of the skin tax. Uh, he's a very good businessman. He owns a motorcycle shop. He owns a construction, a hardware store, and he also owns an apartment building. So he's got money behind him. But and I see why, because he's a good business guy. He's really good with people, and that's why I'm going to him because his prices are reasonable. And believe me, we've looked around. I've looked around to other locations, and his price, if somebody else is cheaper, he said I'll meet it or beat it. And he does. He'll usually what he'll do is he'll if I find something cheaper, he'll take 10% off. And and that's what he does, and that's why he's so successful. So, people like that, I'm going to be loyal to them. I'm going to spend my money with them. So it's just how it should be. And the other thing is in the long run, he's going to benefit because when we sell this house and build a new house, I'm going to get all my stuff there. And so he's going to have my business, and it's going to be a pretty good shot of business down the road. And the house that my brother-in-law is building, he's we're buying all the stuff through him also because I told my sister-in-law, I said we need to go down there and use him. I said because we're going to get a better deal. Well, she went to her normal supplier and she got a price, and then I said let's go down the road to Prime, and we did, and he was a lot cheaper. And she was like, "You got to be kidding me!" I said, "No." I said, they'll take care of us. So she saved a lot of money by going down there. And that's the kind of thing that happens. So now all the business from that house is actually going to go to them. So just be loyal to the people that take care of you is my whole point. But, well, I don't know what my dog's barking about. Something's got him going. My wife, I think, went outside. I think that's what it is. He's mad because he can't go outside. But I hope it's not too loud. I can hear it pretty good. So yeah, what else? After the kitchen project, I'm probably going to get that driveway done. We seem to have located what we want for the sealer. So I think we'll get that done. It's been so hot that I didn't really want to tackle it now. Summer is definitely here. It's been brutal these last 4 or 5 days. I actually spent a lot of time in the pool yesterday. Um, and then I got a little bit sunburn on my back. So I got out and I'm like, I got to get out of here because if not, I'm going to get burnt to a crisp. So yeah, summer's here. The pool's getting a workout. And that's why we're doing the indoor project because it's cooler in here, obviously. So we got the driveway to finish up. I need to paint the wall, the outside wall of the house, the gate, and I need to paint all the walls inside, interior walls around the house. That's on the list. What else? I don't know about solar. I don't know if I'm going to do solar or not. If I end up selling a house, I may Well, I definitely going to sell, but I'm thinking I don't want to spend that money. If the new owner wants to spend it, they can go ahead and do it. I'm thinking about not spending the money because I'm just going to spend that money and then I don't know if I'll get the value back in the sale of the house. So I don't think I'm going to do the solar. We've done a lot of work outside with solar lights, and my wife just purchased another couple of solar lights yesterday, and for the walkway, and they do a really good job. We get the LED ones, and they're not that expensive over here. So that's about it for that. As far as inside the house, any more projects? I think after the kitchen, we're pretty much done. We do have to paint. I got to freshen all the paint up in here. Um, Gonna repaint the kitchen. It's yellow right now. Whoever built this house was obsessed with yellow, and I'm not into yellow. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So let's see. Sorry, guys, get behind in my comments. Yeah, somebody's here. I can hear him. Geo says my total cost this month rent, 4-bedroom house, electric, water, Wi Fi, and cable was $532. That's crazy. You can't live, I mean, anywhere in America for that. And that's everything. 4-bedroom house, electric, water, Wi Fi, and cable. That's an example of saving money right there. And that's how it is over here. You're going to save a ton of money. You just are. I mean, we don't have a mortgage or anything, so my expense is $150 a month for electricity. My water, I don't pay water because we have a dug well, so we don't have a water expense. My Wi-Fi, I use Starlink, and that's $39 a month. I don't have cable. I use my smart TV, and I only TV I watch is YouTube. I watch other streamers. I watch Netflix. I do watch that. I think that's $9 a month. So my total would be 150. Um, so less than $200 is what I'm paying to live here, and of course that doesn't include food. We eat out a lot, so my food bill's probably 500 a month. Um, I would say, and then we have a couple $100 a month in other expenses. So yeah, less than $1,000 a month for me to live here. It's crazy. Shelly says one reason for updating is to sell too. Okay, there you go. You're not moving to the Philippines. I will visit there, but I can't leave. No, I understand, and that's tough. I mean, it's hard for me too because I have 3 kids back in America. But I'm making the trip back. We have our tickets for May 5th, and we're spending a month over there, so I'll see him. My oldest son's already made the trip over here once. He wants to come back, and then my other kids want to come over here and visit too. So that's the only drawback. But yeah, Shelly, let me know when you get ready to come over here. Definitely take care of you guys for sure. Here we go. My buddy's laughing. Mark, good morning. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on. I was just thinking about you. You're getting close. You're what, 2 weeks away now? So get ready. It's going to be a good time. Between the stars, sand, and sun. Okay, it's true. Stoic philosophy. You suffer more in imagination and reality in common. Yeah, it's true. Your own worst enemy is your mind. It really is. People obsess over things that may never happen. Um, I was one of them. I'm not going to tell you any different. I used to be the same way. I would always think ahead about, okay, what's going to happen? What's the outcome? going to be. And a lot of times I was wrong. The outcome was never what I thought it was going to be. And so I spent my time worrying about something that I shouldn't have. It's very common. It happens to most people. America isn't that safe. Oh, America is a mess, complete mess. You can't even walk outside most of the time, especially Chicagoland. Yeah, there's shootings every weekend in Chicago. Usually it's 20 to 30 people getting shot in Chicago. I don't leave the house without my cell phone and a weapon. But in the Philippines, not even in some of the rougher parts, I was safe. I wish people would see. Yeah, no, their biggest crime over here, I know I did a video before on it, is people, you know, is theft. It's theft or robbery. It's not shootings. Shootings are very rare. Usually, if a shooting occurs, it's very personal. It's personable between the two people involved. It's not random. They don't walk up and start shooting at people at random. That does not happen here. So Philippines is one of the safest places you can ever go. And believe me, guys, I know because I've made so many trips here and I've lived here now for a year and a half. And I've seen it. I've been in Manila, I've been in supposedly rough areas in Manila. And what you see in there in the rough areas is mostly drugs. And they're cracking down on that too. But you're not seeing people get shot in the streets over there. How bad America is versus the Philippines on safety. Yeah, no, like I just said, it's night and day. You will be if safety's what you're worried about. Just don't worry about it. I mean, you can't be stupid either. You don't want to go into suspect areas late after dark. I mean, that's you're asking for trouble, especially if you're an expat, because you're setting yourself up to get robbed or something. So select where to go and when to go. I'm not saying you can't go, but don't be going in a suspect area 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. God, you're setting yourself up for failure, for a problem. Lots of project. I hope you film. Yeah, I'm gonna film them. Yeah, I've got another video that I will be releasing tomorrow. Um, so it's going to be on the kitchen project. Just an update. It sounds like one of the workers is here now, probably working on stripping the kitchen cabinet, the countertop. I'm sorry, he wasn't supposed to be here until Saturday, but I think he's out here now. Dennis says, sorry, I got to head out a little early. Great conversation. Thanks for coming on, Dennis. Keep me updated on you and your health and the updates on when you're going to have your big surgery. And thanks for everything you do. Shelly says, I've been kind of mapping out where I'd like to go when I visit Mayan volcano all the way to Baguio, probably in a few visits. I'll come. I want to spend three. Oh, that's a good idea, Shelly. That's a good idea. That's going to give you plenty of time um, to not rush around. You'll enjoy it. Trust me. That's anybody that can spend 3 to 6 months. You're going to have a lot of opportunities to see a lot of stuff. You can do a lot in 6 months here in the Philippines, and it's not going to cost you a ton of money. Just do your research before you get here, get an idea of what it is you want to do, and Shelly, by all means, make sure you come down here. I'm going to help you out. I can take you to places around here, close to me. We got the bed and breakfast here, so you have a place to stay. And I don't mind transporting you around, you guys around. It's not an issue at all. Baguio City seems nice. It's where I'd like to live. I've never been there, believe it or not. It's one place I haven't been. So I do want to get there. Well, maybe what can happen is you'll get over here and we can both go to Baguio. We'll go check it out together because it is on my list to go. Bohol was really nice. I've been to Bohol. Bacalad's a nice city, and it's not real big. It's clean and it's well organized. Mark says, if I had to do it again, I would still move. If you had to do it again, would you still move to the Philippines? Uh, what would you do different? Oh, I would do it in a heartbeat. I wish I could have done it sooner. I mean, I'm fortunate that I was able to move here at 60. But I wouldn't. No, as far as doing anything different, I really wouldn't. I guess the only thing I would do different, I wouldn't have bought my big truck. Um, the truck is nice and everything. It's a beautiful truck, but it's just kind of too big. I would have probably bought something smaller, less expensive, because it's difficult to maneuver a big vehicle here in the Philippines. Even the parking that you do find, the parking spots are smaller. They're not really designed for big vehicles, and it's kind of a pain. So I that would be the one thing I'd do differently. As far as the whole process of moving here, it actually worked out exactly the way I had hoped it worked. We got everything set up before we moved here. We had the house a year before we lived here. So when we came here, it was just a matter of bringing our stuff. I sold everything in America. I don't have anything in America. I own nothing. All I have is my credit union that my monthly Social Security check goes into, and we have our savings account over there. We have a little bit of the savings here, but not much. Most all my money is in America. If I need money, we transfer it over. We can transfer up to $2,000, and I think my wife said it costs like there's a fee, and it's like $2. I think she told me it was. So I can transfer up to $2,000 at a time, which is that's 2 months of living for me. But we transfer a little more. Like I transfer a little bit more money to do the kitchen project. I think I don't know what we transferred, how much we did. I think she put it on our credit card, and then we just pay off the credit card. Yeah, we do it that way, so we get points for her card. We just don't keep a balance on it. Just filled up in Iowa. Hi, Larry. 3.55 a gallon. Okay, well that's not that bad. People would die to pay 3.55 a gallon over here. It's still high, but I know gas was under $2 a gallon. And down in the South, I think in the Carolinas, it was around $2 or under $2 a gallon before the Iran conflict started. But yeah, I'm optimistic about it. It's going to be a good thing in the end. It's just going to take time. You're going to look back in history in another couple of years and understand what's going to happen. I'm optimistic, and I envision good things down the road. It just doesn't seem it right now. But that's me. I mean, I've always been one to look forward, not behind. And I think good things are coming. Larry, it's 422 yesterday in Northwest Indiana, the highest I've seen. Yeah, depends on where you live. Um, Different states have different gas tax amounts. California is over $7 a gallon because they tax the hell right out of you. I think it's over 50% gas tax on their gas in California. So yeah, I mean, and where you are, there's a high gas tax there too. It's got to be. New Hampshire, I honestly don't know what the price is, but I'll find out here in another month. Hopefully the price is lower. Yeah, they will. Hi, Don. Good morning to you, buddy. Nice to see you on. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Thanks for your nice comments on my last video. I really appreciate it. And it's so funny that you have a son named Brandon. Don's a good friend of mine. He's the one I went to lunch with here down in Darwin. He's one of my dedicated subscribers, like all you guys are. And he's got a son too named Brandon, and my oldest son is named Brandon. So we neither one of us knew this until now. It's pretty cool. Great minds think a lot alike, Don. I got to head to work. Oh, well, thanks for coming on, my friend. I really appreciate it, and keep doing some videos, okay? I I enjoy watching your videos, and trust me, I will. I'll engage with you. So, and have a good time at work. I know it sucks to go to work, but you got to do what you got to do. Save some money and get over here. Yeah, when I get done this, I'm going into the pool. That's the plan. Dawn's been making homemade bratwurst today, so I almost forgot. Oh, Dawn is the best cook, guys. If you know anything about Dawn, he's always posting. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and he's always posting cooking videos, and he does a lot of cooking, and he makes everything himself. He makes sausage, he makes it all. And I kid with him. I sent him a comment on one of his videos that you got to stop. Every time I watch your videos, I get hungry. I'm going to literally gain weight by watching his videos. But let me know how it turns out. Bratwurst is awesome. I got some actually in the freezer that I bought from a guy up at the Valencia market, and it's really good, actually. Mark says, "Hey Joe, I owe you an itinerary 2 weeks from today. I will be in Cebu, then Dumaguete to hang out with you. We'll have a great time." Yes, I'm so excited, Mark. This is going to be great. Yeah, just let me know when you're going to be getting to Dumaguete. Like we talked about before, take the plane. It's going to save you a lot of time. I mean, the other side of the coin is if you want to do the ferry and you're going to see probably more countryside, but it's probably going to take you 4 hours, where the plane will take you about a half an hour. And then I can pick you right up at the airport, and then you come right here to the house. And then we can start storytelling, my friend. I'm excited. Mark is coming over, and he's going to spend some time with me. So, really looking forward to it. We'll do a video. Maybe Mark, I'll interview you. If you agree to it, we can sit down and have a conversation. And that goes for any one of you guys out there. Just, if you get over here, we need to get together. I know Shelly said she's coming over. I'm starting to get a lot of friends over here. I'm not one that goes out looking for friends and looking for people. But when I meet people out in the public, expats, I do have a conversation with them. And the guy I met yesterday, his name is Jim. I got his contact information, and he's from Indiana, so I'm gonna hook up with him. That's kind of how I can read people pretty well. So when I first have conversations with them, you can tell when people are decent people. And he seems to be a good guy, and his wife is very nice. She talks a lot. I was laughing with my wife afterwards. I said, "My God, I thought I talked a lot." She likes to talk, and that's good. It's fine. I even told her, I said, "You have a YouTube channel. You do well because you have the gift of gab," as my mom would always say. So, yeah, Mark, you must be getting excited. Mark, if you're still on, where are you staying in Cebu? Are you staying right in the city, or you got someplace outside the city? We stayed at a hotel right across from when we flew in, we stayed at the hotel across the street from the airport. It had a casino and everything there. I'm not a big gambler, but we would go in and do like slot machines, things like that. But there's a lot of nice hotels. Really is a lot of nice hotels right in Cebu. And the prices aren't bad either. So at some point, hopefully, I'd like to get you over to Sikihor Island, but I don't know if we'll have time. We'll have to see. I'm not sure how long you plan on staying around Dumaguete area, but if it works out, we get time. Oh, there's my wife. Must be. Wife says, "Hello, all hope, all is good." Yeah, the guy's out there. I can hear him. This was unexpected. He coming here to work on the kitchen this morning, so uh, she's probably out there assisting him, and that's why the dog was barking because we got company. Hun, the boys are on to remove the tile. Yeah, she's confirming it right now. Yeah, she's confirming it. I could tell that's what they were doing. Okay, hon, that's fine. Thank you. I can hear it from in here. It's not a big deal as long as you guys can tolerate the noise. Don says, I'll set you aside a slab of bacon, breakfast sauce, Italian. Oh, geez, some crow. Yeah, we will get to get. Let me know, Don, when you are freed up. I'd like to have you come here at the house. You bring your wife and child, and they can use the swimming pool, or you can. We can hang out, you know, chat, have a beer, relax, go swimming, do whatever. I'd like to hang out with you again. I had a great time last time. And I'm not going to say no to bacon, breakfast sauce, Italian sausage. No way. Or bratwurst. Yeah, we can cook some up on the outdoor grill, actually. I really appreciate it. Really do. Mark says, I will be in IT Park 38. Okay. Park Avenue, Airbnb. Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's a nice area. Yeah, so it sounds like you've been there before, so you're probably a veteran of that whole area. That'd be cool. Yeah, whenever you get time, send me your itinerary, and I'll make sure that when you get ready to come here, that I have nothing going on. I know my remodel, the kitchen remodel, will be done by then. That's for sure. So they said 3 days, two guys, 3 days. So I'm actually, when I get off here, I'm going to go start video. Like I said, I didn't expect them to be here, but that's good. The sooner you get done, the better. Will do. Thanks. Yeah, no problem, Don. Yeah, just let me know, my friend, when's good for you. And then as long as we're going to be around, we'll make it happen. We don't plan on going anywhere. Sunday's Easter here, so we're putting on a big Easter egg hunt for the kids. We did that last year. It's a tradition here with us. We do a big Easter egg hunt, and we put money, candy, different things, and the kids go nuts. We put around 50 or 60 eggs surrounding the plastic ones. We put things in it, clues and prizes, all kinds of things, and the kids go really crazy, and they love it. They get to swim for the day. So we do that for the kids, and then we're going to end up doing a barbecue. We'll cook up a bunch of chicken, things like that, out in the outdoors. My wife is worried about it. She's saying, well, should we cancel it this year because of the kitchen? I said, no, we're not. We don't use the house. People don't come in the house when we do that. It's all outdoors. That's what is nice about having that outdoor kitchen bar, is that we don't need to use the house. We go ahead and entertain outside, and it's a great entertainment area. We got the pool. We have karaoke. There's plenty of things out there to do. So, well, guys, things are getting loud and crazy out there. So I think I'm going to let you guys go and be prepared, because I got a video coming up soon. I'll be doing a video of the kitchen project probably tomorrow. And then I'll do the whole process for you so you can see how it's going. And I'll break down the cost of it all. So, yeah, things are getting loud and crazy here. So I'm going to let you go. Thanks, everybody, for coming on. If you haven't become a member, take advantage of my 99-cent member stream membership. There's a 99-cent entry level now. It's really inexpensive, and trying to get up to 10. So, Shelly, thank you. You have a great week. Yeah, enjoy a rehab. Yeah, you too. When you get your project started, really appreciate it. So, yeah, get ready. You'll be able to watch the video soon. Thank you, guys. Bye bye now.